The talk I'm going to give is a mix of some reflection and observation, and also some first insights from a project that I'm the PI for at Oxford, working with our Skoll Center for Social Entrepreneurship and the Skoll Foundation up in Palo Alto. And it's an effort to try to understand something about the language of systems change. The kind of agenda I have really, first is to raise some questions about this wider social innovation space. I think the other part of the context of social innovation comes out of a long history of people, most recently starting in the 70s, who were interested in the environment and sustainability. Some of you may know Donella Meadows. She was someone who thought creatively about systems from the 1970s on and built a large community of people who are practitioners of systems thinking and systems intervention. She said, here are 12 leverage points, places to intervene. And I think this is important because so much of the work on social innovation is about policy, about communities, about entrepreneurs who are trying to refract and move systems toward different kinds of goals and different kinds of ends. So varieties of research. This is a very intuitive, rough, unscientific summary of the kinds of research that is available when we talk about social innovation. Some of it wants to fix the world. It wants to change unfairness or inequality. Famously, many agencies interested in social innovation want to literally fix the world, from the most elite, like the World Economic Forum, to grassroots organizations in Ghana, in Malaysia, or Vietnam. We got into this work around systems change because that seemed like such a pervasive language. As I said earlier, it's a cultural meme. There are lots of levels, lots of sectors, and again, the question is often how to change, fix, refocus, redirect in some intentional way. However, systems become a mean, loosely framed. It reflects experience, and there's a focus then beyond sort of single organization solutions. I think all of us live in worlds where we pay attention to plural systems of organizations. You may know the large-scale philanthropy, the large foundations have begun to move in that direction, not to funding individual ventures, but to funding sets of coordinated activity. One of the good things here is we're thinking about systems of organizations. We're paying attention that problems and solutions both come from complex systems of organizations as well as other kinds of actors. The kind of question we want to think about then is how do we understand those boundaries, interdependencies, system components, and time rhythms, temporal rhythms. I have been in many meetings, as I'm sure you have too, where people say, yep, it's a system thing. We have seen in this initial round of coding 7 different conceptions of systems change. One is disrupt the status quo. You know, the world is unfair and unjust. We need to reset that equilibrium to a new level of fairness and justice. If the future is already here all around us, it's not in an idiom that we recognize. It's distributed unevenly. That could mean in terms of inequity. It could also mean in terms of what we're expecting to see. The implication, though, I think of this is be a system builder. Build the world that you want to inhabit. Don't wait for it to happen.